Melody Shari is done being quiet and baby when she claps back. She does it with class, grace, and a whole lot of heat. After months, scratch that, years of staying silent while people dragged her name through the mud, through shade, and straight up tried to destroy her character, Melody has finally delivered the most epic shut-up call to her haters. And trust me, the internet is shaking. You thought Melody was just gonna sit there and take it forever? Oh no, not this time. Not when folks been running their mouths like it's a sport, dissecting her every move, her parenting, her music, her business, everything. The same ones that smiled in her face turned around and shaded her in interviews, podcasts, and behind closed doors. But guess what? She heard it all. And now she's answering back. It all started with a cryptic post that had everyone doing double takes. No names, but the message was loud. Silence is strength, but don't confuse it with weakness. Some of y'all about to get reminded. Phew. That post alone had social media lit, with fans scrambling to decode who it was aimed at. But sis didn't stop there. Oh no. The next move was a live session, raw, real, and straight from the heart. Melody went live and let it all out, no filter, no PR spin. She started by thanking her supporters, real ones who stuck with her through the darkest chapters of her life. And then, she got into it. She called out the gaslighting, the backstabbing, the fake support, and the constant attempt to rewrite her story like she wasn't there living it. She didn't drop names, but chilly, we all knew who she was talking about. The shade was surgical. She talked about the toll it's taken on her, how being strong doesn't mean being unaffected. She spoke on raising her kids while dealing with betrayal, being called bitter for telling her truth, and how people tried to use her trauma for their storyline. The way she held her composure while dropping truth bombs? Iconic. And let's talk receipts. Melody didn't just vent, she came with facts. Screenshots, timelines, voice notes, contradictions. She laid out the truth so clearly that even her haters had to sit in silence. One moment that really sent chills? When she said, "Y'all love to ask why I haven't said anything. But now that I am, you're nervous. Maybe it's because the truth is louder than the lies you've been living in." Now the fan reactions? Explosive. Hashtags like hashtag Melody said what she said and hashtag shut up call were trending within hours. Supporters came out in droves to defend her, repost the live, and highlight key moments. Meanwhile, a lot of folks suddenly went real quiet. You know, the ones who were always so loud when it came to criticizing her? Not a word. But what really made this shut-up call legendary was how Melody didn't just drag folks, she elevated herself. She talked about healing, growth, and how she's focusing on peace over pettiness. I'm not here to prove anything to people who never wanted to see me win. I'm here to live my purpose, build my legacy, and protect my peace. If that bothers you, good. Phew. I mean, how do you even respond to that? The energy was powerful. It wasn't just a clapback, it was a mic drop. A declaration that she's moving forward, and anyone not adding value is getting left behind. Period. And while she didn't confirm exactly who triggered this response, let's not pretend we don't know. There's been a long list of folks, exes, ex-friends, castmates, who've had a lot to say about Melody while hiding their own mess. People who've downplayed her pain, mocked her healing journey, and tried to paint her as the villain in her own story. But what they failed to realize is this: Melody ain't the same woman she was back then. She's evolved, leveled up, and found her voice. And now that she's using it, baby, the whole room is silent. People forget, this is a woman who walked through public heartbreak, betrayal, business battles, and came out the other side stronger. While others were busy plotting her downfall, she was building empires. Music? Check. Skincare line? Thriving. Speaking engagements? Booked. And now she's reclaiming her narrative with every word. Even industry folks are chiming in, praising her for standing up and speaking out. Some are even hinting that a tell-all may be in the works. Can you imagine? A full breakdown of everything, unedited, unfiltered, and unapologetic. Because if this live was just a preview, we're not ready for the full version. And let's not overlook how she did it. Melody's response wasn't angry or messy. It was intelligent, composed, and strategic. That's why it hit harder. She didn't need to scream to make noise. Her calm confidence said it all. She knows her worth. She's done explaining herself, and the era of silent suffering is over. If you've been following her journey from love and marriage, Huntsville to now, you know this moment was a long time coming. The people who tried to dim her light underestimated her power. They thought if they isolated her, slandered her, and twisted her truth, she'd break. Instead, she's shining even brighter, and they're gagged. So, what's next for Melody? According to her, it's all about securing peace, expanding her businesses, and surrounding herself with people who pour into her. She's not here for fake love or recycled drama. I'm not bitter, I'm better. And I'm not stuck, I'm soaring. That line alone? A whole sermon. Now here's the thing. When a woman heals and reclaims her voice, it scares people. Especially those who benefited from her silence. That's why the shut up call hit differently. Because it wasn't just about haters, it was about freedom. Melody showed that you can rise after heartbreak, stand tall after betrayal, and speak loud after being silenced. This moment wasn't just about one live video. It was about taking her power back. And whether you love her or love to hate her, one thing's for sure, Melody Shari is not the one to play with anymore. So, for anyone out there still throwing shade, still spreading lies, still trying to twist her story, take a seat. Because sis just reminded everyone why her name stays in people's mouths. She's relevant, she's resilient, and she's real. Melody didn't just clap back. She closed the chapter. And now? She's writing the next one in bold, capital letters. Stay tuned, because if this is just the beginning of Melody speaking her truth, the next wave is going to be even louder.